In a small village, there lived an elderly man who was constantly closed off, grumpy, and always complaining. Nobody wanted to be around him because his bitterness was contagious. However, when he reached the age of 80, something incredible happened. Suddenly, he appeared happy, stopped complaining, and even had a lighter demeanor. The entire village gathered around him and asked, "What happened to you?" The old man replied, "Nothing special. I spent 80 years of my life chasing happiness, and now I realize how futile that was. So, I decided to live without pursuing happiness and simply enjoy life. That's why I'm happy now." Moral of the story: don't chase happiness, enjoy your life. Some people had a habit of visiting a wise man and complaining about the same problems repeatedly. One day, he decided to tell them a joke, and everyone burst into laughter. After a few minutes, he told the same joke again, but only a few people smiled. Then, he repeated the joke a third time, and no one laughed or even smiled anymore. The wise man smiled and said, "You can't laugh at the same joke repeatedly. So why are you always crying over the same problem?" Moral of the story: worrying won't solve your problems, it will only waste your time and energy. Two friends were walking in the desert when they had an argument, and one of them slapped the other. The friend who received the slap felt hurt but didn't say anything. Instead, he wrote in the sand, "Today, my best friend slapped me in the face." They continued walking until they reached an oasis with a beautiful lake where they decided to cool off. The friend who had been slapped earlier accidentally fell into a muddy hole and started sinking. His friend quickly pulled him out. After recovering, he carved on a stone, "Today, my best friend saved my life." Curious, the friend who had slapped him and then saved him asked, "Why did you write in the sand when I hurt you, but on a stone when I saved you?" The other friend replied, "When someone hurts us, we should write it in the sand, where the winds of forgiveness can erase it. But when someone does something good for us, we should engrave it in stone, where nothing can erase it." Moral of the story: value the people in your life more than the things you possess. Vijay and Raju were friends exploring a forest during their vacation when they encountered a bear approaching them. Naturally, both were terrified. Raju, who knew how to climb trees, quickly climbed one. He didn't think about his friend, who had no idea how to do the same. Vijay thought for a moment and recalled that animals usually don't attack corpses. So, he fell to the ground, held his breath, and played dead. The bear approached him, sniffed around, and, thinking he was dead, eventually left. After the bear was gone, Raju climbed down from the tree and asked Vijay, "What did the bear whisper in your ear?" Vijay replied, "The bear told me to stay away from friends like you." Moral of the story: a friend in need is a friend indeed. One afternoon, a fox was walking through the forest and spotted a bunch of juicy grapes hanging from a high branch. "Those would quench my thirst," thought the fox. He took a few steps back, jumped as high as he could, but only managed to make the grapes sway. He tried again but failed to reach them. Frustrated, he turned up his nose and said, "Those grapes are probably sour and tasteless." Then, he walked away. Moral of the story: it's easy to despise what you can't have.